So today is a big breeding update. We're doing a lot of stuff. We are doing some heartbeat checks. We are, I don't think we're checking Happy, but tomorrow we're gonna be putting a frozen embryo in Happy, so that'll be another episode. Another episode of Trudy getting her embryo flushed, her double embryo. There's so many things, oh my gosh. So here's the deal with Raven. So we had tried to put Raven and Willow with Trudy to be her recips, right? We got 2 of them. They were both lined up. And then for some reason, both of them decided to do different things that made it to where they were not lined up with Trudy anymore. So, Trudy double ovulated though, and the second ovulation was a few days later, which she had a delayed ovulation, so she might end up working for Trudy. And it might just end up being worth the risk of trying it, because it's not a freebie embryo, but it's a second one. So, I don't really want to buy more recips. I don't really want to pay $5,000 for a rent-a-recip like I just had to do for the first one. It gets expensive. It gets annoying. So we're just gonna check her and see where she's at.
So her flush, the first time, it was like I did my first flush, like just really, you know, I wasn't aggressive at all, and that fluid came back. It was like beautiful. It went in and it came back. And then the second bag I put in, and she took a whole bag.
Yeah.
Where Beyonce was like a half a bag.
Okay. I mean, look how big Trudy is.
So I did the first one really easy, and then I got more aggressive with the second one, and I didn't get any fluid back. It was like not coming back. And then I started to get a little blood where her cervix got irritated.
Oh.
So I just stopped. I took the dish and went and searched. And it was like right there.
Okay.
So I moved it over, and then I had to finagle with the tube to get all that fluid to come back. And then I looked for the second one just on the off chance that it was there.
Right. Well, I mean, if she ovulated that late, because it would have been Monday, it would have been Friday to Monday.
Yeah, timing wise, it shouldn't be there. It should be in her fallopian
right.
tubes.
So
that's
we checked her, I think, Sunday. Or Saturday or Sunday, and she hadn't ovulated yet, so we were just like, oh,
screw it,
we're not going to check her. So if she has ovulated, it probably is within that window that she can be used. I mean,
the biggest thing would be the semen would have to live for a long time inside her.
For there to be the embryo, right.
Yeah.
But I'm saying if there is an embryo, Raven should possibly be in that.
If she ovulated, she may not.
And you said it's probably too late at this point to see a CL?
No, if she ovulated, I should see a CL. It's just a matter of when she did it.
Well, we know she didn't do it like Sunday or something like that. So
sometime between now and we checked her last, she had a 4.5 on her left ovary.
On the first, which is 8 days ago.
Yeah.
So we're checking
and that's her left. So it's gone, and that's your CL right there.
Okay, so she did ovulate.
Yeah.
Okay, I know that you're like, you want a sure thing if she does have an embryo and put it in the recip you have. I don't have just unlimited space for a bunch of mares. So I think we might just send it. So if this works, I'm so freaking lucky. So she did ovulate, and it's most likely in a time period that would work with Trudy, that Trudy ovulated. So if there's a second embryo, which there is a big if, so we're gonna just cross our fingers on that. But if she has a second pregnancy, has that second embryo, we are gonna put it into Raven and just cross our fingers that works. Now we're transitioning into heartbeat checks. So we're gonna go with Ethel first. Ethel is a recip mare for Beyonce. So we already did that embryo transfer. Y'all already watched that whole video. If you haven't, go ahead and do that. So we are at that, I think, 29-day mark now. So we're gonna go ahead and see if that little baby has a heartbeat. Oh, I think I already see it. So right in the middle of that little white blob, in the middle of the black blob, that's where like the mouse is. There's some little flickering going on. Oh, I'm a vet. I'm a vet now. I saw it without you pointing it out. Okay, so we just did a heartbeat check on Ethel. Everything looked great. About to do it again on Ginger. Ginger has to be sleepy though, because she's a bad girl. So she's sleepy, and she is pregnant with a full sibling to Frederick. So we already obviously did the preg check and she was pregnant. Now we're just confirming that she got it past 30 days. Usually if you're gonna like insure a baby, like an unborn baby, it has to be after 42 days gestation. So that's usually when we feel pretty safe, unless something horrible happens mid-pregnancy. Like after 42 days, you're pretty good. Alrighty, here's the baby. I think she's a day ahead of Ethel. There it is, that little white blob up there in the middle of the black blob. There's a little flickering. Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
She's coming into heat. She's got edema, but
no big follicles.
no breeding follicles yet. One of you guys mind hitting that freeze button?
He didn't go into his mama.
Where's it at?
Right there. Bottom
Yep.
right.
Oh yeah, it's small.
Yeah.
So she's coming into heat. We just gave it to her at the end of last week, so this is her biggest follicle right now. And so it's not breeding size yet, but we want to make sure that she and Gracie are matching up time-wise so that when we breed Beyonce, Gracie's also going to ovulate a day after her, and we can use her as a recip.
So she's got a 20 millimeter on the right. So what's today, Monday? Let's check her. They're collecting Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Let's check her on Thursday.
Okay. We're checking Annie out. She hurt her foot last week. She's done this before in the past where she gets real attitude-y with whoever her neighbor is, kicks the wall a bunch, hurts herself. So we had to move her out of her stall briefly to fix something in the mats. And so she was next to Beyonce for a couple days. She kicked the wall so bad that she hurt herself again. So we hoof tested her last week, showed soreness in her hoof, not in her ankle or anywhere up top. So we packed it with like magic cushion and tried to draw out the soreness. She does look better than she did a couple days ago, but she's lost weight because she's not wanting to eat. And I think that's probably due to discomfort. So we're gonna do x-rays today, make sure she didn't like fracture her coffin bone or something. And it could be as simple as, you know, pulling her shoe off and finding out there's like a hot nail on it. I don't know. So that's why we're doing a little more digging, because I've been packing her for a couple days and it hasn't really gotten that much better. So. Ooh.
So when they respond like that across their foot, but it makes me think that they have done something to their coffin bone. So when they have like an abscess, they'll respond around the periphery, or if they have a hot nail, they'll respond right at the nails. But when you take this and squeeze across the capsule, you squeeze that whole bone, and she was really ouchy.
So x-rays?
Yeah, so let's give her some sedation.
Okay. You think this pain is gonna be enough for her to like lose the baby? We just
Is she still on Butte?
Yeah.
we've been giving her Butte, yeah.
And she's still on Regibate, right? I mean, you're doing all you can do.
Yeah.
Hopefully not.
Okay.
Where are we at? When did we breed her?
We preg checked her and she was in full about a week ago.
Yeah, man, it's a very sensitive period
Yeah.
up until when you get a heartbeat.
Yeah.
So anyway, so let's shoot some x-rays.
Okay.
Are you wanting her in the cross ties?
Now let's do it over here where I can put my machine on this box.
Oh.
I'm gonna take 2 more, okay?
Oh. Oh. You're okay, honey. Oh.
All right, hold tight.
Whoa, Annie.
I need to take it steeper, like we can see the wing, the outside wing. This hoof pick is on the outside of that hoof, so we know this is the outside part of her hoof. So I need to shoot a picture of the inside part
Okay.
so we can see the shoes covering it up on both
You need to pull the
inside
shoe?
and outside. Well, I was hoping to be able to get images and leave the shoe on, because the shoe kind of stabilizes, it helps stabilize that foot. But we may have to, but what I want to try to do is shoot the inside wing, see what it looks like. So this coffin bone has blood vessels that flow through the bone, so all these little cracks are normal. So we're trying to decipher, hey, is that a normal blood vessel pattern or is that an actual crack in the coffin bone? The other thing I see on this inside is this little spot right here. I'm trying to determine if that's normal or not. So I'm just kind of looking at these little things, trying to figure out if there's, you know, if one of them's a fracture or a normal variation. See, this is another, and that's probably looks more like
She's
a
standing on it
fracture
right now, which is good.
than anything. See that right there? Coming across into that. That's the outside wing. And in comparison, here's the inside wing. And I need to figure out what this is. It's going off the back, but it looks pretty similar, symmetrical to what's going on over there. Yeah, watch out. Slide the bottom to the block. Perfect. All right, we can let her down.
Watch out.
That spot we were seeing on that outside is probably just a packing defect. If you see this line right here, unless she cracked her hoof wall, but the reason I used that Play-Doh is to pack the sulcus of the frog. And so in this view, here's that line, but when we're shooting down, this line is superimposed onto the wing of that coffin bone, and it makes it look like a fracture.
So you don't think it's a fracture?
No, I think that's a packing defect.
Okay.
Or a crack like in the hoof wall itself on the outside that you just can't see from the outside.
So if it is a crack in the hoof wall, is that also just stall rest or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just time and rest. But I mean,
So until
this is,
now, because it's not our sole anymore, so we can't pack. From what you're seeing, we just keep her up on Bute and Ulcer Guard and check her again in a week.
Yeah, as long as she's progressing. And we've rolled
She
out
walked better today than she has.
Yeah.
I will say that.
So you see that? That's the same. You know, that's either a packing defect in the frog, where that Play-Doh didn't seat in there in the sulcus, or that's where she kind of cracked her hoof wall, where she kicked that wall.
Right.
But it's not in the bone.
Okay. Would you rather hoof wall than bone?
Yeah, yeah. 'Cause, I mean, the hoof wall, once
It'll grow out?
Yeah, once the inflammation's gone, that'll grow out. The bone, it takes 60 to 90 days to heal. Do you see that right there?
Stuff.
That's just came out of that frog.
So do I need to keep packing her then?
Well, she's not sensitive at all. It's crazy.
Maybe because she's sedated.
Well, she wasn't sensitive before I sedated her.
Yeah, he
But you see
hoof
that?
tested her a bunch.
Fluid coming out.
Hey, we have updated x-rays on that 1 foot.
You just got it on film when you said those are free, right? You said yeah.
So to sum all that up, we have 2 confirmed heartbeats, which is amazing. Ethel and Ginger are both confirmed pregnant. So now we have 3 mares with confirmed heartbeats. We're gonna pray that Annie's baby does not suffer at her abscess because she's only 20 days pregnant, which is a really finicky time in a pregnancy that stress can affect it and possibly cause her to lose it. So we're gonna check her in about a week and make sure that she has that heartbeat. And then we also checked Beyonce. We are in the process of bringing her back into heat to breed her and to do an embryo transfer again with VS Code Red. So we will do that with Gracie. And then tomorrow, well, it'll be a whole other video, but we are checking Trudy for a second embryo. Raven's possibly gonna work out, and we are doing a frozen embryo into Happy tomorrow. So much is going on, it's not even funny. Foaling season's over, but that doesn't mean we're done yet. So, hope y'all enjoyed. Let me know if you have any questions. I am glad that Annie only had an abscess, but my pocket hurts, that's for sure. So, I'll see y'all in the next one.